Good morning, traders and investors around the world. Welcome to this Tuesday, June 7th edition of Pre-Market Prep Plus. Joel Elconin flying solo here on this Tuesday morning. We got a lot of issues to cover. Let's first take a look at the S&P 500 index futures and not a strong close yesterday. We got the follow through and then we got targeted. Probably the most overused term on Wall Street today, but it's apropos. We're traded down 40 and a half handles right at 40.80. We all know where the support is in this market, and that's at the lows from last week. We had a double bottom at 40.71 and a half at 40.72 and a quarter. We're just hanging out just above that level right now. Must hold pre-market low comes in at 40.78. So that is a look at the S&P 500 index futures. A little early to figure a bounce yet. I think mid-range or just getting to that psychological 4,100 level. And I think a lot of short-term longs would like to revisit that level. Let's move on to the crude oil market and almost got to 121 the other day, trading down 17 cents at 118.32. Not seeing anything here on the technos. If you're a crude oil trader here, just keep an eye. 117.63. Yesterday's low, 117.72. That's low today. So you cannot think about any potential downside in the crude oil market until you take that level out. Let's move on to the gold market. Gold futures are trading up $3.60. Man, double top there, 1875. We got to get rid of that level before we have any potential upside. Silver, that's back under $22, down 15 cents at 21.94. Bitcoin. Hey, did you guys enjoy the Bitcoin discussion here? I know we got some Bitcoin bulls and some Bitcoin bears, but we're down 2K. That's 6.45%, 29,460. And Ethereum futures are down $113 at 17,49.50. For you in attendance here, I just like to get a little feedback here on the earlier show, on the pre-market prep show. Obviously, we made a transition at the end of starting this week, and I think Mitch is doing a pretty good job. I know the chat has been pretty hard on him, and at times and stuff. But if you could just give me a thumbs up or thumbs down. I saw some comments that you guys don't like the topics on the side anymore. We're always looking to improve. So just give us a little feedback here on the pre-market prep era. Without Spencer, I really appreciate that kind of input. Also, I just wanted to take a look. I don't know if Jar Jar is hanging out here today, but he's our euro dollar trader. And last time we looked at the euro, I think it was back when it was at that pair of lows area. So hanging on. I'm not really seeing anything sticking out in the euro dollar chart to me. So get your symbols ready, folks. We got some time here to cover before the open. As I said, we're trading near the pre-market lows of the session. Getting some question. Manual. Okay, Mitch is great. I tend to agree. And man, I give that guy an A for effort, man. I mean, he's really trying. So thanks for that input, Manuel. You let me know what symbols. I can't remember what symbols you gave me yesterday. I should probably keep track of that so we can follow these things. But let's go to Tarjay. I've got some tweets here. What do I think? Buy the dip. I think this is what I'm thinking here in Target. Let me get my pre-market charts up here. And I think what I would do is, okay, you see the fancy pre-market action. The first thing I want you to take away from the pre-market action is the rebound high here. And that was just hit on the last bracket. We're 20 minutes before the open. Jot down, if you're going to be trading this today, jot down 149.24. Because anybody that was trying to buy the dip here, buy it off the former low of the move. Let's say right now they're scalping it out at 149.24. So above that, nice round number, some targets for people might be 150. But keep an eye on that. Hey, Jar Jar, good morning to you. On the downside here, let's take a look. I'm just going to forget about this pre-market action. I'm going to see if we can get down to that low of the move, 145.51. It took it a couple times to do that. And the pre-market low was 143.33. There was a monthly low at 143.38. So you have an entire area of potential support. So we'll see if we get back down to that area and if we can continue. Let's see here. I'm going to go back to the euro just real quick. And you know what, Jar Jar, I didn't see anything in it. I'm not sure what your position is, how you've been looking at it. You made two lower lows. I don't think the bottom is going to fall out of this thing until you take out this low at 69.35. Just kind of ping pong in between 69.35 and 1.08. So until that move was resolved, you're just kind of in the middle. But man, anytime, and for that 1.08, I mean, you got to get above that and hold that, because you poked your head above it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, and you haven't been able to close above it. So there's a look at the euro dollars. I've never played crypto, loved it, 21, now hates it. He's just trying to help people, with their overall portfolio and their perceptions. His number one thing I remember about Triple D is like he wants to help people make money. He can't necessarily tell people how to make money every day. It's very hard to trade where he trades, but he wants people to make prudent trading decisions. So that's a lot for his ramp. So I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go to Bros here, and if this guy, man, you're still holding on to that puppy. Good for you. We talked about the $40 level. And when we talked about that last week, man, it got through there. If you were patient, I think we talked about having a stop a little bit lower. But if you've been patient on this one, not seeing much. Traded down 69 cents. So 42.72 was your high on May 12th. You got the 43.49 yesterday. Wow, finally broke a winning streak. So this is 7 days in a row up, broke the winning streak yesterday. You are below yesterday's low, and you had the double high close of the move right here at 41.71. So if you got to pop up to that area, I'm going to call that good resistance. I think if you're moving your stop up on the downside, I'd say I'd go to your 3-day close at 39.98. But just the way it came off yesterday, where it traded today, keep an eye on that double close, high of the move, 41.70 and 41.71. That's for Bros. But you got to, when you get in something good, it's a lot easier to hold it, right? When it just moves farther away from you. But I really like that 41.71. Mitch is doing great. Always had a new person to follow, like in any work situation. That's a good comment. Let's see. Good morning, Alfred Estrella. Could we have a level for run? He has a short on. Now, solar popped yesterday, right? It has some news. So you faded the news. So first things first, I'm going to look at yesterday's, and I just want to see what I want to see what some of these other ones are doing here. The more diversified TAN's up 11 cents. That's not really helping me. So let's just go specific to run. RUN. And what do we have on the dailies? On the dailies, you have a low at 28.19, right? So you're below yesterday's low. So first things first, like if they want to try and run this thing up on you, a little pop off the open, then, you got to ride it out between 28.19. That would be the gap fill. And then the close at 28.37. Big volume yesterday, big volume, what turned out to be a big up day, but you pulled back. Your potential on the downside now here, if you're looking for your next target, this is just short-term target here, 27.65 would fill the gap. So that's what I'm looking at. You're already at 28. See what happens at 27.65. And then if you're still looking for more on the bone, 26.78 was your close on Friday. So there is a look. At Run, they sold it yesterday. They sold into the pop. Let's keep it under yesterday's low as well as the closing price. So I hope that helped you out, Alfred. We got about 15 minutes for the open. We just got a little bit closer to that double bottom that we were talking about. Got a little bit of a bounce, and we'll see how we trade going into the regular session. Manuel Costa. Okay, and I think you mean Amazon short. And this is what I'm going to tell you about the Amazon short. We got rid. All right, forget about this line because that was based on the old charts. This is falling with a weak market here. And what I want you to keep an eye on, I don't know if you have a short on or you're looking to get a short on. If you have a short on, oh, good. You guys are the best. You pre-market changed my life. That's great to hear, Alfred. So you're trading. Yeah, I think a short-term target here has to be this 120. I mean, look at this. Wow, 2105. So this is what I'm looking at. You threw yesterday's low. So you're going to use 123.89 as if you get a pop here, that's the potential where it could go to 123.89, couple bucks away here. So you're going to need a strong rally in the S&P. Coming back on the downside, my first downside target today would be 121.05. That was Friday's low, but you know what? You're getting some interest here ahead of that. 121.20. Oh, I guess that's pretty close. 121.26. So the way it's feeling right now, there's buyers ahead of that 2-day low here at 121.05. Maybe you could get a little bit excited if it takes that out because the next daily low is 120.05. But I think a lot going to be, dependent here. I think the Arabs are really going to be active in this. I think you got to keep an eye on the S&Ps. So if you're trying to cover short and you're looking in here and it won't go down and the spoos start to rip, I think you got to be realized that, you got room up to 123.81. Don't know if we're going to go green today, but longer term, that's the first day where it traded post split. That was a close 124.79. So that's my longer term number here for Amazon.com. Getting just a spray here of other retails being affected here by the Target news, and the first one is Walmart. We'll have to remember those wicked days back to back, here to here. You're $2 off the low, and this looks a little bit firm here to me. I got under 119. That looks like an overshoot. This looks like more that your pre-market low is going to hold here at 118.70. So I think you're going to have to find a level ahead of that if you want to try and cover a long bottom of yesterday's range. That's a long ways away. 124.59. So unless you get a super rip roaring rally in the market, I'll be looking at that as resistance. Also, I mean, if you felt you missed the move in Walmart, you want to be in it. You're getting it at a substantial discount to the 50% retracement. That comes in at 123. And then just look at your daily lows here. 121.08 kind of looks juicy to me. 121.08 was your low on May 24. So that's what you're looking at. In Walmart, we did Target. Also, it'd be early. See if the buy the dippers come in and something like Costco. Hey, maybe you feel like you missed the run in Costco. After the earnings beat, coming back down the 448, 450 area, not quite there yet. So going to need some good follow through on the downside. And if you're picking this up on a scalp, the top of yesterday's range comes in at 468.90. 91. So that's a look at Costco. And then they're not super related, but they are retailers. Getting asked to look at Home Depot and Lowe's suffering from this move too. For the Home Depot, hey, why not take a stab here at the gap low 95.49. I like this level probably more than these other levels I've seen. Pre-market low 94.90. So you come in here, and wow, is that going to be? Let's see if that's even half of the move here. It's always better when you get more and more things lining up. And let's see here. That's not a good retracement, but let me go to here, make it a little bit better for you. Boom. Oh, that's lining up there too, 294.5, 295. So if you're looking to get that on the cheap, perhaps the gap fill. And then once again, Home Depot moves not one of the top components in the market, but definitely moves well with the S&P 500 index futures. So Manuel Costa looking at RH short and down 818. Pretty strong. Wow, it's down on 4,000 shares. So I don't think I'd be shorting this thing down $9. I think I would be maybe see if this can float up 310, 310.21. Well, 299. It hasn't taken out yesterday's low yet. So it's holding there. If if they really want to whoop this thing, you want to short it on weakness, then maybe you can tag it going through 299.65. But that's one of those ones that if I did short that in the hole, yeah, it does trade late volume every. If I did short it going through that low, I wouldn't like hold out to like 302, 304 or something like that. But it's had a pretty nice move up, down $9 and not much volume. I would rather, if you want to try a short on this one, I would rather wait. Maybe not going to see yesterday's close at 310. 21, but the close for the week was 304.83. So held up. I mean, it was an up day yesterday. Coming off the low here. I don't know if I'd have this if I'm feeling it in my bones here. It's a great short candidate, but you can trade anything with good risk reward ratios. So we looked at the Home Depot. We looked at Lowe's. I believe I've been in Lowe's since about 4, 5, 6 years ago. Wow. Roadblock here at 200. Need to get through 200 for any kind of meaningful rally. Down $4 on 8,000, 9,000 shares. Pre-market low 192. I got something for you here. Yeah, I don't mind that. 191.64 to 191.75 pair of those in that area. You're opening right into that, and then with a short-term trade, look at 194.20 perhaps for a gap fill in shares of Lowe's. So we made that 2076 low and trying to maintain back into 4080 handle, down 40 and a half handles going into the opening stanza. Getting a quick question here on Facebook, FB. Let's see here. You got buyers under 190 here. I would keep an eye on the low from yesterday as well. Another low. Let's just call it 188 if you're looking to pick this up on the cheap. In fact, this hasn't even taken out yesterday's low of 188.40. So holding up here pretty good on a relative strength basis. Of course, we'll be using the close 194.25 as potential resistance. But there was not a bad day yesterday. I know Apple came out with some things that may be a little bit competing with Facebook, but I think you're always going to have those kind of things. So we covered a lot of the retailers here. Let me getting a quick question here on Kathy stock, AR, KK. Bunching up here as Kathy does. Boom, couple highs in the same area. Boom. So there is your, if you're looking for more upside here, let's call it 45, 45, um, where was it? 46. You got your 3-day high at 46.08, your 5-day high at 46.05. So, man, you even got stacked a double top ahead of that at 44.80. Coming back on the downside here, you've had what, about 11 buck move off that low. So 5.5 will take you back to the 40.5, 41 area if you're interested to try and pick this up on a little bit of weakness. That's for ARKK. No, someone's asking if Novavax has come out of the halt. Sure. Let's see. When's the last trade here? Maybe it did. I see a trade here at 8:15. But I don't know. I thought that was halted. What else do we got here before we wrap things up here on this Tuesday morning? Starting in the hole, big in the hole by 42 handles. That's pretty substantial down day. Getting a quick question about ExxonMobil. We've been talking about this one for a while. Big seller, probably at the point. The high freaks stood out here, 99.78. The other day, you got to 99.66, 99.78. So a lot of resistance here stacking up. There's probably a ton of paper at 100. On the downside here, if you don't want to worry about just picking tops and you just kind of want to let it breathe, that highest low it made yesterday was 98.67. So perhaps use that as a little bit of a protective stop, trading up 67 cents. And to finish things up, getting asked about the two other oils. This is down 36 cents, snuck over 180. Wow, triple top to contend with here at 178. If you rally another buck and a half, is there a minor support level for roadblocks? All right, we are going to end the show with roadblocks. RBLX down 60 cents. Minor support where we traded in relation. Yeah, I'll give you a level to keep an eye on here. Just under 30 bucks. Haven't got there yet. 29.86 the one Friday. 29.77 your low yesterday. Two lows in a row. That's good enough for me to call you a potential double bottom. S&P's trying to catch a bid here, folks. We all know where the support is. Let me give you a quick level. Let me find my trusty calculator here to find out a level. We've had a high. You guys know when I'm dialing up right here, if we happen to go into rally mode, what I'll be looking for. And I know, oh, this is coming right in. Let's keep an eye on if a rally materializes off this pre-market low. Halfway back is 4,100. Sure, a lot of people would like to see this boost back in the 4,100. Thanks for joining me today. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do so. Be back at 10:30 a.m. with pre-market prep with stock odds.